Happy 2019. It's time for an unboxing. Now, Beecher, we received a special box right before winter break. But as you know, during winter break, the school kind of shuts down. So we're just now getting around to unboxing this. Before we open it up, Beecher, I have to tell you that I didn't know what this was, so I opened it. And then when I opened it, I realized what it was, so I just closed it up again. This is a gift from Greg Tito and Wizards of the Coast. So,
oh my!
For those who don't know, Greg Tito is Greg Tito's from Wizards of the Coast, and he's one of the co-hosts of Dragon Talk. So Dragon Talk is Wizards DnD podcast. It's amazing. Greg and his co-host Shelly have a variety of guests on. They talk about different gaming-related topics, all sorts of fun stuff.
Yeah.
So Greg wanted to support us, and by us I mean the whole collective. So not just D&D with high school students, but the program here at the school and all the people at Initiative Coffee Company, and also my gaming weekend friends.
Yeah.
So I have a group of friends who have been playing D&D for a long time, decades, and we get together now. We're all like old men and dads, but we get together like one weekend a year and we just jam out and play D&D all weekend. So anyway, when Greg heard about that, he was like, wow, I'm going to send you a little something. So I'm thinking like a little something. This is a box. This is the box that he sent. Okay, so
my God.
I know, right? That's I don't know who's going to get to use that. I kind of feel like maybe me, because I'm the DM and I need to hydrate more often. But that's pretty dope. It's it's a branded refillable water container. Maybe I could use it for coffee, but I'm guessing I'd use it for water. Now, Beecher, I want you to take a look. A lot of people have dice bags, but do they have that dice bag, Beecher?
Oh my!
Do they have the dice bags that have the D&D logo, Beecher? That's the question.
No, they do.
And we didn't just get one or two. We got a lot. And they're really nice dice. They're big. They're very readable on the table. And again, they're branded. You'll notice on the D20s, they have the ampersand. They have the logo. So, Beecher, look how fun it's going to be. Now we have big D20s that'll be nice and readable when we play on the table, right? Yeah. So our fans and our friends can see when when somebody rolls and the cameras are zoomed in, you'll be able to see. So, mind you, this is a full set, more than just a full set. Notice, like a typical 7 dice package.
Yeah.
You'd have one of each, and your percentile. This has 2 D6s, a D4. Sorry, 3 D6s, 4 D6s, D4, D8, D10, D12, and 2 D20s, right, in each kit. It's pretty dope. So now we have these cool dice, which
I think I got them all. I got them
all. Look at that swag over there. All right, then when we go to conventions, Beecher, there's nothing better than collecting stickers and all sorts of swag, right? So, knowing that we're going to be going to GaryCon and Gen Con, now we have official swag. So these are stickers in that pack. Collectible stickers.
Snap.
Yeah. So
that's sweet.
Yeah, so we can brand ourselves anywhere we go now with these wonderful stickers. So isn't that nice that he sent us those things? That's it. We're all done. Nope. Psych. Just kidding. We have stickers.
Oh
Beecher,
my gosh.
Go ahead and start fanning those out. So we have, if you go a little bit by a little bit, and I think Dave's on the top camera. We have so many stickers now. So what can you do with stickers? What would you do, Beecher?
I would cover a water bottle in stickers.
What about just putting them inside of one of your books? Like, couldn't you put a sticker inside of your book or on your car or your backpack? Look at all these.
Or honestly, what I would use them a lot for is ideas, and then you have illustrations of that idea.
Maybe your DM tome. Like if you're writing down notes and you're planning an adventure, and you're like, I want to have a fire drake. I don't know. So
There's
then look,
so many amazing stickers.
He just hooked it up. It's incredible. Like,
and they have little like comments next to them too.
Yes.
The flying monkey. There you go.
So here we have this last set of stickers is crazy because it's got like Dungeon Mayhem stickers. It's got like little sneak peeks of different logos and stuff like Tomb of Annihilation and holders, like all this cool stuff.
Mimics are always fun.
Yeah.
Scary.
So that's just some more of the swag. Now, if it just ended there, wouldn't that still be pretty dope?
Oh my gosh, that'd be
But it's
insane.
not over.
Oh no, it's
look,
not over.
Look, coloring. Beach. we could do things with coloring. Yeah, sticker giveaways. I think so. Good idea, Charlie.
Sticker giveaways, potentially.
So we'll have, maybe this will be, so here, reorganize these. Let's take a look at this. This is crazy. This is Adventurers Outlined coloring book. Beecher, think of how much fun we can have, like on Crafty Thursdays or Fun Day Mondays, if we just did coloring.
Oh, wow.
Like each cast member could get a sheet, right? So it's like a whole scene. Beholder Battle. March of the Undead. After its defeat, Grizzlax joined an army of zombies, which wandered across the stormy moors, singing songs of woe. So, I mean, there's literally just... This is a ridiculous amount of coloring fun.
Just a book of illustrations.
A book color. And every
then,
page,
like a little
quest for the orb.
Prompt to it as well.
Now, I think, I mean, one might think like, all right, that's a great kid thing, right? To me, I could spend hours just coloring. Like, we'll get
therapeutic.
We'll get some very nice like colored pencils, you know.
I have some nice colored pencils if I can find them.
And then we'll do some of that on like Fun Day Mondays and stuff like that. All right, well that's all. Nope, just kidding. Beecher, ready? Are you ready to open something? Oh my god, it's so heavy. Dungeon Tiles Reincarnated Wilderness. Now, Beecher, you know that we have a lot of terrain.
Yeah.
Do you know what these are? Go ahead, open it. Let's rip it up. So these are, when I was not really young, because in the 70s and 80s there wasn't too much of options for terrain. But like in the late 80s and early 90s, there were cardboard dungeon tiles that you could lay out. Okay? And Beecher, this exciting volume of insanity is just that, Beecher. It's they're bringing these back. So you can lay out these encounters, right? They're cardboard, they're sturdy, and you could lay them out on your gaming table. Yeah, go ahead, open it up. Let's just dig right in.
Object by chance?
I don't. I'm gonna keep this separator because I like. You know what? Do I have a key? I do. Here, let's go from this side. So you can lay out, the nice thing about cardboard tiles is, number one, they're flat, right?
Yes.
So like, my terrain is heavy and it's 3D, so it, takes up room and you have to have bins. But say you're going to play at a friend's house, you bring this box and you got like a whole world of encounters,
and they
right?
just pop out.
Yeah, and you'll notice that they have grid marks.
Yeah.
So you know where your grid is, but you don't have a stupid grid. Like, I kind of am a little bit against grids because I feel like it breaks the realism that the terrain provides.
I know what you mean.
But this is a nice compromise because they give you these little, signs so you still know. Go ahead, look through that. Look, here's a little pond. There's some trees. There's a road. Look at the road pieces. Now we could build roads when we're out in the wilderness. A bridge. A dock.
Oh yes.
A boat.
Houses are awesome.
Yeah.
Any kind of like dock.
I think that's a dock.
Things.
I think this is a bridge. That's like some ruins. That's a tree. So like you have these different things that you could lay over it. Now that is a house. So look, like you've got windows. You've got, maybe this is like a witch's house out in the swamp.
Oh my god. You could literally set up like a whole map.
Yeah, because it's modular, meaning you can rearrange the tiles, so you can build your map differently every time.
If I wanted that there, I could throw that there.
Exactly.
Oh my god.
Here's some trees. Here's little rocks. Here's a downed tree. Maybe that's blocking the road because there's an ambush. some orcs have set up an ambush. Now here's a little more look. You got your water, you got your beachy terrain.
Beach.
Did you know?
Oh no!
Yeah. So it's not just one side. On every side there's a different thing. Flip it. Yeah. Endless possibilities. Endless possibilities. And all of these endless possibilities fit in a box that you could throw into a backpack and go out to your local game store or your buddy's house and you could play your games. Just like that. Shazam. While you're going through those, I'll read this description. Add excitement to your tabletop Dungeons & Dragons game with these full-color dungeon tiles. Easy to set up and infinitely expandable, I would agree. These dungeon tiles allow you to create the adventures you want to play. This box contains 16 durable, double-sided tile sheets featuring grasslands, ruins, sandy beaches, and other terrain elements that dungeon masters can use to stage exciting encounters. Use these tiles to make fantastic wilderness maps to enhance your tabletop role-playing game experience. There you have it.
Oh my god.
So, and this is one of many. They have multiple dungeon tiles options. Like there's actual dungeon, there's wilderness, there's a bunch of different things. So pretty exciting. And you know what that means when we get these, right? We're going to have to use them.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, so it's on. It is on, baby.
Game on.
And it came with this little separator, which I'm like, maybe there's a reason for that. Maybe the tiles go in one thing, but I think it fits just fine. So
Yeah.
I'm going to actually put it back in this decorative sleeve because I like things to look pretty. Unless it rips, which could be a rip. So what do you think? Isn't that very generous of Wizards of the Coast?
Oh my gosh.
And Greg Tito?
Insane.
Yeah. Ah, there's more. Morton Kanan's Tome of Foes. Beecher,
I have not had the privilege.
we don't have this book.
No.
I don't have it in my personal collection, and we at the studio don't have a copy. So this is... there you go, buddy. Tear it open. Take it apart. Show us the pretty pages. Now, we have a monster manual. We have Volo's Guide. And now we have Morton Kanan's Tome of Foes for your dungeon mastering needs. So what makes this a little bit different is that this goes into deeper details about some of the, what I would call like the bosses maybe.
Yeah.
But not just bosses, but like, you know, kind of anything. It could go into deeper backstories and histories, right? But it's kind of like a monster manual and a DM's guide combined. So say you're starting off an adventure, you're going to run a one-shot, which you're actually going to do. And you have some base ideas, but you need to kind of fill in some of the blanks in your story. You could flip this open and
read a couple
pages about dwarves, for example, and now you have some context about, you know, some of the history between, you know, some of the different dwarves and how they conduct themselves and why they are the way that they are. And now you can add in these story elements to kind of thicken up your plot and your characters and your NPCs. There's random tables, so it's a helpful guide for DMs to be able to expand on the stories they're telling. It's a wonderful, yes.
Get that in there.
So and it's not comprehensive like every single monster ever created is covered under here. It's a little more like Volo's Guide in the sense that it's kind of focused little expansions on specific things, right?
Yeah.
So we had some devils earlier. We have dwarves. We're looking at the Gith now. But you could do this. Could be related to just an encounter. It could be an entire adventure, or you could do an entire campaign. I mean, like halflings and gnomes. Now you learn about halflings and gnomes in the player's handbook, but this expands on their culture, on their systems of beliefs. It gives you adventure hooks and ideas for how to integrate them. It's really a useful thing. Even for veteran DMs, I think it's useful because older editions, I don't know that they ever really had books that quite functioned in this way, in the sense that they were providing backstory and history and more kind of background for specific things. Chapter 6, Bestiary. Yeah, what do we have in there?
Fun. Oh.
So some new monsters, right?
Oh yeah.
So, kind of like Volo's Guide, where you get expansions on certain monsters and creatures, but this is, look at that.
Astral Dreadnought.
Challenge rating 21. It's just death. So some more monsters to fatten up your world. Lots of good stuff in there. Lots of good stuff.
Gnarly.
Wow. Well, we have like a lot of stuff here to be grateful for, and
so
much. And I mean, this book by itself could do so much, but it's not by itself, Beecher, because there's more. Waterdeep. Dragon Heist. Beecher. That's the newest book. I don't know if you know, but Waterdeep is the biggest port city in the realms, in the Forgotten Realms in Faerun. And it's the setting for quite a lot of adventure. This provides the DM with more to enrich the world, right? So you've got more characters, more plot hooks, more storylines, more locations to explore, more adventures, right? It takes a massive port city and it breaks it up even into more adventures, right? And some of these things tie into, well, I mean, almost everything ties into something else, right?
Yeah.
So in Waterdeep, for example, you've got worlds of adventures and characters and people who need help with things and missions and exciting, mysterious things, right? And lots of encounters and maps and random tables, all of these awesome things, right? This book, just by itself, is an entire campaign.
Oh,
I mean, you could play levels 1 through 20 and just use this book, right?
Could I borrow this book sometime?
Maybe. I mean, but we might be playing in it. Yeah,
oh, true.
Of course you can. But the funny thing is about books like Waterdeep Dragon Heist is that there's so many things in there, and you might be like, well, what about this is all stuff that's on the surface, of Waterdeep and around Waterdeep. What about what happens under? You might be asking, well, that could be answered with this book, Waterdeep Dungeon of the Mad Mage. That's right, Beecher, another book. And in case you don't know, Undermountain is basically an entire city underground. It's not just, to call it a dungeon would be like, I don't know, be like calling
Chicago a dungeon.
calling Chicago a village, right?
Yeah.
Like, it's so much more than just a dungeon. It's an entire underground city. So just like Waterdeep Dragon Heist is a whole world with adventures and people to populate it and mysterious places, this is an underground city. It's an expansive
caves.
Level after level after level. It just goes on and on and on.
Crazy caves.
Yes. Caves, dungeons, multiple factions operating in this underground city. It just goes on and on and on. So basically, between Dragon Heist and you've got campaign after campaign.
Yeah.
And the thing is, the thing that I like about this edition is that it's not an all or nothing kind of thing. You don't have to play everything out of the book. You can pick and choose from different things. If your party decides that they're kind of done with something from this book and they want to hop back up to the surface, you can run something from over there. It's very flexible. Very flexible.
Yeah.
All right, so I'm not going to tease you with anything else because the box is empty. But I will say that we owe a huge thank you to Wizards of the Coast and to Greg Tito for this wonderful, generous gift.
This is crazy.
Obviously, this is all stuff that any gaming group could use and maybe should consider. And so, sometimes as a player, especially if you're a younger fellow, a younger person, you might not have the dough to buy hundreds of dollars of swag and books. But that is where the community comes together. So, like when I was your age, I didn't have the money to buy all this stuff. So the friends everybody would kind of pick a thing, right? So somebody would buy this book, and then somebody would buy these tiles, and then somebody else would get this book for their birthday, and somebody else would get this for their, whatever. So that's where build your gaming group with your people.
Yeah.
And then you invest in these things. It's not just like the DM in your group should have to buy everything.
No.
The players can contribute in a lot of ways. Your group is your community. So we at the studio here are very fortunate to have received this awesome gift. I think it's pretty unbelievable.
It blows my mind.
Yeah.
I'm actually just
I'm excited. I'm excited for you to use some of these things. For you guys, when you're ready to run one shots, you can pick and pull, and you don't even have to run a whole encounter. You can just pull some ideas from it or use the tiles, But we will definitely be breaking this stuff out in future content, and especially using some of these cool things here. And I like Charlie's idea about maybe doing stickers as rewards for for some of our friends in the community for supporting us. So yeah,
we have tons.
Exactly. But we're looking forward to using all this stuff.
Oh yeah,
this is going to be awesome. So one more time,
amazing.
Thank you to Wizards of the Coast. Thank you, Greg Tito.
So much.
We appreciate it, and can't wait to start using all this stuff. So thanks for watching. Thanks for subscribing, and we'll see you on the next episode of whatever it is that we're doing. Peace.